for the last 10 years it was just making this film about nothing, raising 3 kids and teaching all over the world, some guest lecturing in various places, but that was just an excuse to travel myself also a lot, and in every place I would stay extra and keep filming on my own as well. I don't take other people's projects. I cannot have the same relationship to them, and I cannot divide myself that much. I mean, on this one, I'm signing like 10 jobs instead of 1, but it was absolutely necessary. Nothing has to speak in a certain way, and I had no idea how unique that would be and how special, but that's how it came about. If it wasn't this, it would have been some other strange form. But I like language. I think language is a manifestation of creating something out of nothing. It's a celebration of, you know, infinite possibilities, and I like the line at the end, you know, when Nothing says, you know, speaking in verse just to prove that it's possible. So maybe that's my, you know, that's my kind of, that's part of the general provocation and of a kind of a inspiring message maybe of the film. Nothing happens to be a man. It could have been a woman. In my mindset, in the way I write it, originally it's written like in this neutral gender, which doesn't exist in English. You know, like there's male, masculine, feminine, and neutral. But like it does exist in English. Yeah, it's always it. You know, it's always it exists in English, but the voice had to be a man or a woman. I considered Laurie Anderson for a while, but then I watched her previous documentary, The Heart of a Dog, and I really didn't like it, so she kind of crumbled down in my eyes. But so it's just a coincidence that it's a man. I could make another version with a women one, but I doubt that the discourse of the film would be much different. There will be a lot of different outcomes from this film. There will be a beautiful book, there will be a nice soundtrack, there will be an art installation called the Museum of Nothings, and the platform, the online brainstorming platform that we used in the film, will be open to the public and searchable and commentable and keywordable, and yeah, so it's a great game, and now I don't mind, you know, opening it more broadly and making it accessible. I find that the part of the Arabs was because it was not read so well, and because I had at that time very little footage from here. I found that that's the weakest part of the whole film, is the one where Nothing gets the most judgmental. That's why I changed one of the earlier intertitles in saying Nothing is starting to get judgmental. But then again, I would have phrased it in a more subtle way, but I wouldn't have been any softer. I just think it's not phrased in a sophisticated way as the rest of it, but when you compare to how the Americans are treated, how the Asians are treated, how the Europeans are treated, and how the rest of the world are treated, I think pretty much everyone gets an equal treatment. I mean, there was no, of course, obviously no intention to over respect, under respect, or spare anyone.